Welcome to the Mundane and the Arcane, a D&D 5e homebrew podcast. This is our special monster edition, or you can use the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag TMaTAcast. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Stacy.
And joining us for this adventure is our special guest DM, Percy. Percy, why don't you get us started?
Last time on the Mundane and the Arcane, Ozzy, Glint, Grabthar, and Wendy wandered through a maze that resembled Ozzy's creation chambers, where he first had encountered Modron, the demon who sews together horses and people to create children for Orobos. After successfully completing the maze and reaching Modron, they received a ruby, and Modron sent them on their way through the next door, through which they were greeted by sights of marble and gold in a massive interior of a cathedral with an angelic being who stands up, addresses Glint, and says, "Don't worry, I'm going to cleanse all of you." And that's where we are. Go ahead and roll some initiative, guys.
What a prick.
Everybody roll for Bath.
Nat 20!
At fucking 24 hit points.
Ozzy got a 14.
Glint has a 13.
Wendy has a 2.
Grabthar is a nat 20.
Nat 20 plus
Sorry, Grabthar.
Plus,
your dexterity, bruv.
I know, but it's plus 2, so 22. But it's a nat
There
20.
you go.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but you don't
gets
crit
a nat
when it's
20.
not combat check.
Yeah.
Crit whenever I want to.
Do you? Are you sure?
Listen,
So you just
I'm
never
the
want to?
dungeon's master. You crit when I tell you you crit.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, cool. Now I need to roll this dude's. He did not get a 22, though, so you're fine.
Yeah, suck it, idiot.
Grabthar, you're going to go first. So as you enter this room, he stands up, and he had been the focal point when you first entered. And now that you know that he means you harm and is a threat, I'm assuming that you glance around the room at least fairly quickly. At which point you would see several seating areas lining the walls, but not in the middle. This is clearly intended to be some sort of standing room area for whatever ritual would normally go down here. You see in 3 different spots of the room pedestals, on top of which are bowls filled with a glowing red liquid. There's marbling and several different types of like sconces and outcroppings along the walls, things that an acrobatic individual may climb if they so desire. And there are a couple of balcony spaces that you can get to in that manner, about 20 feet up off the ground. Other than that, the room is mostly bare, and you just have this gentleman who just stood up off of some steps, clear on the other side of the room, addressing you guys, threatening to cleanse you.
I don't want to take a bath.
Thank you for the cleansing joke.
I'm going to shoot at him with my longbow.
Okay. Go for it. So this individual, as you
I don't
draw
hit.
your bow, you don't hit? Okay, good.
But I rolled it's 9 plus 2, so, or is it, do I do my strength?
Dexterity, you do 9 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
14.
You do hit.
Nice.
So you pull out your bow, and as you do so, you kind of examine this figure across the room from you. The room itself is 40 feet wide on each side. It's a circular room. And as you draw your arrow and knock it, you notice that he's got this white armor that's outlined in gold, and he's wearing a greatsword with the dual guard. So it's more like a claymore than it is a greatsword, but Dungeons & Dragons doesn't give us claymores, but that's what it is. So you release this arrow, you hit him, and you roll damage.
Grabthar does 4 damage.
4 damage?
Yay.
Grabthar hits this being square in the chest. The arrow pierces through, and he kind of looks down as he continues to make slow steps towards you. He snaps off the arrow and lets it drop to the ground. He doesn't even throw it, and he just continues maneuvering without losing even a slight step.
I'm going to shoot him with my longbow again because I have 2 actions.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Here we go. That's a 16 plus 5, so it hits. It's a 21, and
Yeah, that'll for sure hit.
And then that's a 7 plus 2, so that's a 9.
This arrow hits very close to the same area. Your aim is spot on today, in spite of the difficulty that you've experienced. And it buries itself a little bit deeper into him, but he still just kind of snaps it off and drops it. But with that arrow, you do see a small trickle of green blood ooze from the wound.
Gross.
Staining the armor.
Ooh.
Next up is Ozzy.
Can I tell what kind of armor he's wearing?
It is heavy plate of some kind. Obviously,
Metallic?
Grabthar hit with a 14, so push comes to shove. But yes, it appears to be metallic from your perspective.
Okay, and how far away is he?
At this point, about 30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move into melee range.
Okay,
And I'm going to use Shocking Grasp.
great. Go for it.
So lightning springs from your hand to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch. Make a melee spell attack against the target. You have advantage on an attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal.
Okay.
On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
You do have advantage then.
Once it's 5th level, it goes to 2d8 damage, which we are level 6. So,
Okay. So roll the melee attack.
okay, so the first one is an 11.
11 total.
Yeah, the next one is not as good. So 11 is it.
You add your proficiency for the spell attack for sure.
Okay, well then it would
But
be 14.
it would be
14.
it would be
14.
plus your strength and not your dex though.
Oh, then it will be 13.
13 is enough to hit.
Oh, all right. Cool. That is a 2 and an 8, 10 damage.
10 damage.
Mhm.
Okay. As you touch him and you establish this electric presence over his body, you kind of see him blink, almost like there's a static illusory veil around him of some kind. And it returns very quickly back to the figure that you were already seeing. But as it blinks, you could swear that you see a figure in a dark brown cloak with a pale and emaciated face and a scythe slung across his back instead of a claymore.
So does everybody see this or just me?
I will allow other players to make a perception check to see it. You're 30 feet away, so they're not as close to see the details of that.
God damn it.
11.
Natural 1.
Grabthar rolled a 12.
12 is still not enough, so no, Grabthar does not notice the flickering figure.
I still have like a speak action, right?
Yeah. Feel free, yes. You moved, you did your action. If you would like to say, yeah, you can
Okay, yeah.
let everybody know.
He's going to turn to the party and be like, did anybody else see that?
I see all kinds of things.
He just blinked out of existence for a minute and was replaced.
It happens every time I blink.
God damn it. I feel like this is like conversations like a cutaway in an RPG where it's like campfire talk and it's like there's like monsters hovering all around. He's like, oh, did you happen to like those dresses in the last town? Oh yeah, no, we had a great time shopping. And then like, by the way, here's Sephiroth.
Like just waiting for us to get finished with our conversation.
Yeah.
By the
Looking
way,
at his watch.
Well, I'm going to assume you got to like, did anybody else see that in the 6 seconds of your round? Yeah.
yeah. All right, now Glint,
yeah,
it is
Glint.
your turn. Yeah.
I mean, what is this thing? It's approaching us in what way? I kind of want to insight it.
It was kind of calmly and coolly walking toward you very confidently. It's giving off a very like self-righteous air, and when it says it's going to cleanse you, your passive insight will easily tell you that what he means is he's going to rid the world of you, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the vibe that he gives off.
Just any kind of angelic being that I would recognize?
Not really.
Okay.
Your character wouldn't know it, but for the sake of like you picturing something, think like Diablo style angels.
Okay.
Like big, beefy, big armor, giant swords, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking like. That's what he's coming across as.
So definitely somebody that Ozzy would approach.
I was thinking like an angelic looking titan or something almost.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Kind of trying to figure out how all these rooms have worked. I think something in this room might help. You said there were like 3 pedestals with like red filled bowls, like red filled liquid in these bowls.
Yes.
Can I see how they might interact with this room, or if I could recognize any kind of ritual they would do?
Not without approaching them. You're about 15 feet from the closest one.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast Bless
Okay.
on the other 3 in the party, and I'm going to run up to one of those bowls.
All right. You reach one of the bowls and you look into it. You see this thick red liquid, but it's not opaque. It's transparent. It looks almost blood-like. And at the bottom, you see a button.
A butt or a button?
I also heard
Button.
butt, but I just didn't want to question it.
A button.
The butt is the button.
Does it clap?
No, it just... I mean, if I can push the button, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
All right. You reach your hand, you plunge it into the red liquid, you smash this button, and everyone feels invigorated. Heal up to max hit points.
Yes.
Oh, health
Fuck
pools?
yes! Oh my god. Help pulls.
Now that you described it in the Diablo way, I'm thinking it's like those health pools in Diablo that you just go up and like, health, like just drink out of the red bowl.
I thought you said help pulls.
Good job. The other 2 bowls now turn to a blue liquid.
Oh.
Is there anything you want to say or do before the end of your turn? I think you still have 15 feet of movement.
Yeah, I guess I'll run to the next pool, and I have a sneaky suspicion, so I'm going to yell, Ozzy, blow the best spells you got, man.
I think I can do that.
All right. Next up is going to be the figure. Now that you're directly in front of him, Ozzy, he no longer has to travel to get to his quarry.
Well,
He unsheathes the claymore from his back, and he is going to take 1 swipe at you. What is your AC again?
can I just tell you it's 40?
No, it's probably not 8. So he misses with his first attack,
It's 12.
but his second is going to hit you for 9 damage. So he slashes down at you initially with the claymore, and with his left hand now kind of behind his back from guiding the slash, he's going to thrust forward, and he'll cut into your right side rib area.
Hey, watch the stitches.
Oh, what a dick.
He's not done, though.
What?
He slashes twice and extends. Now that he's got his sword thrust in your direction, he lifts that left hand off of the sword and presses it to your chest. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
That is 9.
9 is not going to cut it.
Wah, wah. I see what you did there.
You're going to take...
Well, no, it does cut it.
You'll take another 10 damage.
Doofa doofa.
Oh.
And because you are kind of sort of a little bit undead, you're going to take disadvantage on attack rolls until the end of your next turn.
That blows goats.
So use spells that makes him do checks. You know, magic people have easy workarounds for disadvantage. Next up is going to be Windy.
Well, I'm going to scream at it with Primal Roar.
You will, in fact, hit Jared with that as well.
Oh, shit.
Who cares?
What if I yell at Ozzy to duck and then do it?
That's the thing about the roar, is that it's sound, so it just kind of goes forward.
Damn it.
Now, if you kind of wanted to run up in his face and then do it like in melee range, you could easily hit him and not anybody else.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up and scream in his face.
Great. Intimidating. So he has to make a check for that, right?
For Primal Roar? No, I roll attack.
Okay.
That's 23.
Okay. Definitely hits.
That's 2d6 plus 4. I run up and I go, ah! That's 15 points of damage.
Go ahead and keep that damage roll. You don't make an attack roll. He has to make a wisdom save.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Against your roar.
Shit.
It's like a fireball type spell. You're just kind of blasting this area with sound.
That's right. I'm getting used to these.
He failed a lot. So 15 damage?
Yeah. So he ran up. Ah!
Boop.
All right. Next up is going to be Grabthar again.
Wait, what happens to him?
Oh, yeah. You scream in his face. Does the scream literally sound like that? How do you pull it off? You describe that part, and I'll tell you what happens to him.
Okay, so jokes aside, it's this shrieking, terrifying roar that stinks of decay because my breath is on his face.
You expect it to do more than it does.
Okay.
You scream in his face, and the sound is deafening, but he doesn't really hold like a hand up to his ear. He just kind of tilts his head toward you, almost like you've taken his attention off of Ozzy, which he's probably very thankful for.
I'm also going to disengage.
Okay. As your bonus action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You run up, you roar in his face, and then you back up slowly.
Yeah.
Nice. But his attention is still going to be on you.
That's okay.
And now Grabthar.
Grabthar's gonna go, hey, bro, not cool. That's my horse, bro. And you did a thing. And I'm gonna do my bonus action right now and just enrage. But I know it won't work through this round, right? It won't take effect until next round.
Yeah, no, it takes effect now.
I could rage now? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, rage it up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely rage, and I'm gonna run up and smack him twice about the face with my warhammer. Like I'm gonna come and do one mighty swing from one side, and then use the momentum and swing it around and kind of try to come up at him like an uppercut.
Okay.
For the second one. So the first one is a 18.
18 hits.
Yes. And that damage is 13. And then here comes the second one. That is a 19 plus 6, 15, 25. I almost said 15. I'm bad at math.
Yeah, that -1 intelligence is really doing you some good.
That -1 intelligence affects everything.
It does. Really, I just made a character that's me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that one hits, and that's 9.
9.
Yeah.
You rush in, galloping full speed. You slam down on his shoulder with your first hit, and you bring the hammer back up, and you connect with his head.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of snaps his neck back, and you also, for just a split second, see the long brown locks that were surrounding his face like a mane disappear, and he's bald and emaciated and pale, and he smiles at you with crooked, decaying teeth, and then the face is back how it was.
Yo, he gross.
It's kind of got a butter face.
Yeah, a little bit. Next will be Ozzy.
How far is Grabthar from Ozzy right now? Like right next to me, right?
Right next to you.
We rubbing flanks.
Okay. Ozzy's going to slap him on the ass and cast haste.
Nice.
What does this do for me?
This is a 3rd level spell. You choose a willing creature that you can see within range until the spell ends. The target's speed is doubled. It gains a +2 bonus to AC. It has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action each of its turns. That action must be used only to make an attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn. Basically, it's just tired.
I guess CP.
So, yeah, you get CP. And the duration is 1 minute. Okay, so after I cast haste on Grabthar, I'm going to move over to where Glint is by the now blue
Cool.
pool.
Okay. Sounds good. Glint, it's your turn.
Glint's gonna try and get this thing's attention by talking to it in Celestial.
Interesting. Okay.
And he's gonna say something the equivalent of like, what's your problem, you big jackass? But it's going to come out like, ting, 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 ting,
Is that how Celestials talk?
I don't know. That's what, isn't that what Hummy sounded like? He like tinkled around
Yeah,
or
he
something?
tinkled. He tinkled all over the place.
He did. He did
all over
much
the place.
tinkling. He tinkled everywhere.
I mean, it's either that or it's like Rufus Wainwright singing Hallelujah. I don't really.
Nah, we don't want that.
That'll just make people cry.
I want to see if it responds.
It is not currently paying any attention to you. Its attention is all placed on Grabthar right now.
Cool.
It seems like whatever touches it most recently has its full attention.
All right. Well, then Glenn's going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level.
Wow. Okay.
And when you cast a spell using a 3rd level spell slot or higher, you create 1 additional ray. So I should be shooting 4 rays at it.
Okay. And each of those, I think, is an individual ranged attack.
Yes, I'm rolling 4 different dice. I've got a 12, a 16, a 20, and a natural 20.
Nice. So the 12 does not hit. Everything else does. And of course, the natural 20, because I like big, powerful magic, is going to get the boosted damage from critting.
All right. First ray. 2 on 2d6. Second ray.
Guys.
11. And then
Okay.
the crit.
Ooh.
I'm just going to double whatever I roll here.
Yeah.
8, so 16.
Woohoo!
So 29 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you hit him pretty significantly. You kind of blast through him several times, at which point you entirely break apart his illusion. You see your first hit makes his armor glow. Your second hit causes him to, like, the sword begins to change shape in his hands. The third hit causes the armor to break apart and fall off of his body. And the fourth hit causes everything to vanish. And you now see this emaciated, lecherous individual with a bald head and pale face, crooked teeth, 2 different colored eyes, one orange and one a sickly green, holding now a scythe.
So how do we know he's lecherous? Does he have a boner? Or like black book full of numbers?
Probably the
or,
black book
like
part.
This,
No, he's rock hard.
he's pretty lecherous. I'm
It's
sorry,
a bone
Percy.
scythe.
Yeah.
So
He's got a
close.
huge
I-
rock hard boner with a scythe blade tied to the end.
It's just riding it like a hobby horse.
Ozzy is instantly impressed.
Okay.
All right.
I definitely thought lecherous meant something different.
I think maybe you meant wretched.
No, I was meaning like a leech, like he's a slimy, like worm tongue from Lord of the Rings, something like that. That's what I was going for.
Sweet.
Yeah. That's not what that means.
Yep. All right.
Hey, welcome to TMaTA, where you learn something new every day.
Yeah, we learned a new word. The word of the day, lecherous.
Lecherous.
Sure, we're going to go with it. He's lecherous.
Okay, got it.
But, not for the living. Get my drift.
He's got the necrophiles.
So he's looking directly at Ozzy then.
That's right. That's why he was so attracted to you initially.
Ozzy gets super uncomfortable.
He needed to put a gash in you.
He gives you a big toothy grin. All right.
He winks, but not with his eyes, with his boner.
Yes.
I mean, Ozzy is naked, so he just covers himself.
Oh, goodness.
Was that quote, if you run out of holes to fuck, make a new one?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's some guru shit.
Whose quote? Can you give me the reference? You can't just say that with no.
It's like General
think it's
Patton
from-
or something. Yeah. Like, put a bullet in the middle of
I've only
that
seen it.
hole. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I've only seen it once, but I'm pretty sure it's from Repo the
No.
Oh
Dread.
yeah, that makes sense.
That I believe. So it's going to be his turn next. And now that his entire form has been revealed, he is going to do a couple of things. The first thing is he points at Grabthar with a shaking hand. Grabthar, make a wisdom saving throw.
B, you know what's up. I might be dumb, but I am wise.
He's got the wisdoms.
So that's 14.
14 is not enough.
Not wise enough.
Grabthar,
Yeah.
you suddenly lose all cognitive memory.
So
Like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
He got too blasted.
is this something that we can all recognize as a spell?
More than likely, yes.
Okay, Ozzy's just going to go ahead and cast Counterspell.
Okay.
Nice.
Is it a 3rd level or lower spell?
Oh, no.
Okay, so if it is a 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
On success, the creature's spell fails and has no effect.
All right.
So, what is the DC?
Go ahead and roll it.
No, I want to know what it is.
I don't want to give too much away.
That's a 14.
14 is just out of range.
Fuck.
As a 5th level spell, my bro.
That was a good try, though.
So, you did try, and it was a valiant effort. You guys have this guy on the ropes, so I'm kind of glad that you didn't do it. Grabthar, you feel all of your memory fade, and in place of it, you are remembering the vile deeds done toward you and your tribe by Glint, Ozzy, and Wendy.
Oh, shit.
Tales of genocide toward entire sects of centaurs are being woven in your mind, and you feel also a strange kindred to the individual standing in front of you, pointing at you with a shaky finger. Cool. You remember that he, at some point in your life, found you wounded and tended to your wounds and cared for you and sort of nursed you back to health, and even on some level helped you to become the centaur that you are today. You have been quelled with a level 5 crown of madness.
Oh, shit.
You must now attack the other members of your party.
Okay.
You can choose to act normally on your turn if there's no way that you can reach one of the creatures that is your target.
Okay.
No, he still has haste, so
Yeah.
he's
Yes, he
definitely
does.
gonna fucking reach everybody.
Also,
I forgot about haste.
also,
on it.
like, everybody's pretty much within 60 feet of me.
Oh,
so, like,
oh.
I could reach
Oh,
you
yeah.
anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just
All
gave
right.
a fucking monster 120 feet, and they were like, no, let me use this to my advantage.
I cast haste. It's actually in the form of a rope, and we're going to make a noose for each of us. Let's go.
Oh,
All right,
God.
but that is all that he can do on his turn.
But that,
What?
So it's going to be Wendy's turn. And you are the closest
well.
individual to Grabthar at the moment.
Yeah.
How close is Wendy to the bowls?
15 feet or so, 20 feet maybe.
Wendy's going to be like, fuck that, and runs toward one of the blue bowls
Okay.
and looks in.
You see a button at the bottom.
Ooh, what does this button do? Pushes it.
Great. Everybody receives back all of their spells and class abilities at full, as if you had taken a long rest.
Nice.
When you push the button, the liquid drains out of the bowl. And the final bowl turns back to red.
Interesting. Okay.
I kind of assumed that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I assume
I
we
think
could
it was
just stand
assumed,
there
but-
pressing the
Yeah.
button. Like,
Hey, what does this
over
do?
and over.
Hey, what does this do? Hey, what does this do? Hey,
Keep
what does
fighting
this
him,
do?
man. I'll just keep pushing the button over and over.
Yeah. Cool. So, Wendy, you do that, and we're back up to Grabthar.
Who's closest to me?
Not Wendy anymore.
Everyone is 15 feet away. You can pick somebody.
I think Ozzy and I are right next to each other, and then
God
Wendy's
damn.
at another bowl.
Okay. Guess I'm going to go after Glint.
Bring it.
All right. As you charge toward Glint, you see an interesting memory of him really shooting these rays of sunshine that he just blasted your friend with, shooting them through the chest cavities of centaurs, just repeatedly and laughing while he does
Cool. I'm a hammer. 18 hits, right?
You don't know my AC.
It's 40. Just like Ozzy's.
Yeah, I believe in 18 hits.
But it's 18 plus whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Eh.
and then there's a 15 plus whatever.
Grabthar just lost his chill.
No shit.
Yeah. And then there's a 13 plus whatever. Plus, it's plus 6 to all of these. So,
So close on the last one.
well, I missed with one. I missed with one.
Oh yeah, you get 4 attacks.
I got 4. So that was three that hit.
attacks.
And
it's plus 5 damage on each one.
yes.
Cool. So that's an automatic 15 plus whatever he rolls on 3d8.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm guessing
No,
you're
this
going
is
to be
kind of ironic.
So that's 7, 5, and 8. So that's 20. 20 plus 5. So I just did 25 damage on you. God, this would have been
damn
so
it.
good if you didn't put Crown of Madness on me. I would have destroyed this guy.
I'm 35.
Why do you think I gave you
health.
fucking haste?
You literally took me down 2-0.
No, I only hit you with 25.
Oh no!
You rolled
25 damage.
15 plus 20. I thought.
No.
No, 25 total.
25 total.
Okay. I thought you said you rolled a 5, a 7, and an 8.
Yeah.
Or did you already add the 5 into each of those?
Oh, I have to add the 5 to each one? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
Wait, what?
Because I did 15, so it's 35. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Cool. So is it my turn yet?
So
It is,
wait,
Ozzy.
Your plot wasn't even that good.
So when Grabthar knocks him down, he's gonna yell, "Mama said knock you out."
Fuck.
And it's kind of funny. Last game, you were gonna fuck his character.
Still might.
In this game, you completely fucked his
might.
character.
Yeah.
Glint, are you down?
Yeah, I'm at 0.
Okay.
Crown of Madness, how often does he save from that?
Kind of tweaked it.
Okay, that's cool.
Usually, Crown of Madness is only a level 2 spell, so I've kind of given it a twist to it,
Bumped it.
where essentially the only way to let Grabthar make a check against it is to deal damage to Grabthar.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ozzy, it's your turn.
Ozzy's going to watch Glint just fucking go down,
Giggity.
and he's just going to fucking like not even look and just like start pushing the fucking button.
Clear it down.
And so you're going to have to move to hit the next button.
Okay, fuck it. I moved to hit the next button. He's like, no, fuck it. Button.
Grabthar, would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Absolutely, I would. It's an 11.
Nope.
All right, so you make it safely to the next bowl, Ozzy, and I'm assuming you push the button.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody is back up to full health.
Yes.
Glenn almost does like that trust fall, like T-pose onto the ground, and as he's going down, it just like and like just comes right back up.
It's like the backward smooth criminal.
All right, next up is going to be Glint's turn.
I'm assuming I'm prone on the ground.
Yes, you are prone on the ground. You do have Grabthar kind of looming over you, still enraged, still looking down at your formerly lifeless body.
Mm-hmm.
And you do see I'll just go ahead and call him the Reaper, standing in the background, looking quite frail. You did quite a bit of damage to him with the last Scorching Ray.
Yeah, thinking about that. It's either punch Grabthar on the dick with a dispel magic or just shoot a bunch of fire beams at the Reaper.
Don't fear the Reaper.
Oh, God. All right, I think I'm going to Scorching Ray this motherfucker. I don't know. Jared's giving me a look.
You do what you want.
They're both third. Well, one's a second level spell. The other's a third. Dispel magic's third.
Yeah, well, you can cast that Scorching Ray at 3rd level again.
I could. I'll Dispel magic on Grabthar.
All right. Does that require any checks on yours or my part?
Is any one creature object within 120 feet? Any spell of 3rd or lower level on the target ends. For each spell of 4th or higher level on the target, make an ability check.
Yeah, so you'll have to make an ability check.
Yep. Nope.
Rough stuff.
That was a 3 plus 3.
And so that hits.
No, I needed a 15.
If only.
Fuck.
So you were dispelling the magic or attempting to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing else. I guess I'll spend half my movement to get up I'll kind of try and roll a little bit and knock Grabthar's feet away. Not that like mechanically does anything. Yeah,
Sure.
just so I'm not prone and he can't get advantage on me.
Sure. Sounds great. So you are now standing. Next up is going to be the Reaper, who brandishes his scythe, grabbing it with the second hand again, and does kind of a leap toward Windy.
Oh, great.
Much more agile than he seemed like he was going to be. So he makes 2 attacks against you, Windy, with his scythe.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely does not hit your AC with the first attack, and the second attack, he critically fails.
Yes.
So he is going to kind of slice toward you, and much like he did with Ozzy, he slices at Windy to the left and tries to jab toward her after that initial missed attack. And when he does, he not only misses, but because of his frail state, the entire thing slips and hits the wall, and it cracks the scythe down the blade. However, he still does have his spell attack that's a part of this multi-action.
Yep.
At which point he is going to cast... Yeah, we'll do Arms of Hadar. So make a strength saving throw.
And Ozzy's going to cast Counterspell.
Right.
All right, go ahead and cast your counterspell before it goes off.
Okay. Do I need to roll a check?
I don't believe so. Is it like anything higher than a 4 or higher than third level?
Anything third level or below, it automatically is countered.
Then yeah, it's dispelled. You counter it.
Okay.
Oh.
Excellent.
I mean, that's great, but like I totally like rolled 21 up in
Nice.
that
Sorry.
saving throw. Thanks,
So you
Ozzy.
see as he extends his hand, some black tentacles begin to seep up from the ground as if to grab a hold of you. But Ozzy, noticing this just in time, yells something. Yell it.
Fuck you! No, that wasn't even character voice.
In magic.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck you in magic.
Yo, fuck you in magic. I don't know. What does he say? He said,
Exactly. There it is.
oh, fuck, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Holy
Say
shit.
something in infernal. Say something in demon in magic speak. Like, go. You got this.
He's going to yell, nay.
So Ozzy yells, nay, and the black tentacles disperse in dust, no longer bearing any threat. And now it's going to be your turn.
Sweet. I'm going to swipe with my double claw attack. Do. Okay, so first attack is a 17.
Hits.
That's 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And the second one, 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, first one, got some damage in.
All right. Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
What else can I do? I have a bonus action. What else is in the room again, other than the bowls?
There are some surfaces that you can climb up the wall, and there are some balconies up above.
Huh. I'm going to climb up to a balcony.
You would have to make an actual athletics check to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So it takes your action to do things like that usually.
Oh shit, never mind. Bonus action, I'll just disengage, get away again.
Okay. Sounds good. And would you like to move as well? Like you want to disengage and then run across the room?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was thinking.
Great. We're back up to Grabthar.
Who's closest to me?
Who the fuck do you think?
So because the Reaper did not use any actions to try to maintain the spell on you, you can go ahead and make a wisdom save to break out of it.
Put a spell on you.
I don't do it. I got a modified 8.
Yeah, no, that does not break out.
Christ.
Glint just smashes his potion of healing over his head and is like, bring it, motherfucker.
So are you the closest person to me?
Yeah.
I thought you ran away.
No, I got up.
Oh, okay.
If I ran
All
away,
I
I would
did
get hit
was
by
stand.
you.
All right, here we go. Modified 20.
Cool.
That's an 11.
Better.
That's a 15.
Oh.
And a 21.
You hit me twice.
I hit you twice. I'm gonna hit you twice. That is 21.
Cool.
Hey, it's not dead again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
Yeah.
that's great.
bonus, you know?
Yeah, no one's dying twice in this.
I just want to point out that this is the first time that Grabthar has appropriately used rage in this entire campaign. All right, Ozzy, it's your turn.
Okay, so how far is Grabthar away from me?
From you,
Yeah.
you took off across the room.
Only like 15 feet, right?
He's 40.
Okay, do I see like a rock or a pebble or something close by? Something that I can throw at him?
No.
Fuck.
No, everything in the room is very like, it's very much like the interior of a pristine cathedral.
Cathedrals aren't that really pristine, are they?
Not cathedral, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's a vaulted area, marbled in gold.
An angelic church
Okay.
might be pristine.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do Firebolt. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
I'm going to Firebolt at Grabthar, I guess, to try to get his attention away from Glint, because I see that Glint is getting royally fucked up. Like, I feel like at this point, Glint would just like look just completely defeated in life.
Just want to say, I have an armor class of 18. You have a +6 to hit me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you've hit me 7 out of 8 times? Or no, 5 out of 8 times.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Jesus.
like, you're rocking a pretty high roll.
Shice.
Okay, so Firebolt. Oh yeah, that definitely hits. That's a 17 plus 4 plus 2.
Yeah, you got me.
Nice.
So then that would be 2d10.
Oh.
It's a 10 and a 9.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. 19, 19 damage.
Fucking serious about this now.
I mean, I'm not saying that you definitely would have killed the Reaper with that spell, but he's pretty low on health. So, Grabthar, you can make a saving throw with advantage against the Crown of Madness.
That didn't do it. So 14?
14 will do it.
Yes.
That will be a successful check.
Oh no.
Oh, you're still enraged. Your memories are just back in place.
Oh, sorry. Then I would be like, oh shit.
That's his angry, oh no.
Yeah.
It's, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
My bad, bro. My B.
Why does my back feel like it's on fire?
Ozzy just shrugs.
What's that weird burning sensation?
Just want Glint to be a huge, like, dare advocate now. Just like, weed is a gateway drug to losing all your friends.
All right. Ozzy, is there anything else you'd like to do to round out your turn?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Then it's Glint.
Fuck this abomination to everything that I stand for and everything that I come from. And I'm going to freaking do a scorching ray at 3rd level at this fucker.
All right. At Grabthar, right?
Yeah, right at Grabthar's dick. Got an 8, a 16, a 16, and an 18.
Okay, you'll hit 3 times.
Woo!
12. Plus another 6, so 18. Plus 11, so 27 damage.
Woo!
Nice. You miss with the first ray because you're trying to miss Wendy and you're trying to be careful of where you're aiming this thing because the room is just kind of a jumble to you. You did just get knocked out.
Yeah.
You see that Grabthar is back to normal, so you move around him and you unleash these 4 scorching rays, one right after another. The first misses. The second, though, connects with his back, singes through his body. You see it hit the wall on the other side of him. The third does the same, and the fourth finally bursts through him and causes him to start disintegrating from where the blast went through. He turns to you and gives a genuine smile as his body does reappear as the angelic figure that you had seen when you first entered the room. As the body finishes disintegrating into dust, another glass orb drops to the ground and bounces once, twice. You think it might shatter with a third time, but it doesn't, and it just rolls toward Ozzy's feet.
Yay!
I want to reflavor that just a little bit. As
Okay.
in, Glint steps back and shoots all the firebolt underneath Grapthar's legs just to kind of scare him a little bit as he's shooting them.
Nice.
Still a little bitter.
Just as
Clint tends to be. He's a little bitter.
You're trying to spook the horse part of me.
As long as you're not standing directly behind him, you should be okay.
Nice.
Anyhow.
He's got nervous gas.
So this figure has completely disintegrated now, and now there's a glass orb at my feet.
There's a glass orb at your feet, and inside of it, there is a small sheet of paper kind of ripped at the top.
Okay, yeah, Ozzy's going to pick up the glass orb, and I think it's very fair to say at this point that now he is lecherous.
All right, do you pull out the paper to read it?
So Ozzy's going to, open the orb and pull out the paper.
It's not like a ball from a gashapon machine.
Yes, it is.
It actually does operate much like that, yes.
Oh, okay. Man.
Boom. Take your fucking -1 intelligence and get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
The slip of paper that looks like it's the bottom of some sheet of parchment says, "And now some weary creatures stand to trace the steps of gods they barely comprehend, to stop the tide's destruction that's unleashed, to store the frame once broken back to place. But steps whose shoes the follow overfill, for the trickster's fouled trickery is complete. As the former turns to founder, now unleashed, the keys now lost within a maze of beasts." And as you read this poem, the 4 objects that you've collected leading up to now begin to faintly shake and vibrate. You've got 2 glass orbs, you've got a black diamond, and you've got a ruby. All of them begin to shake, and one after another, they float in the air. The orbs opening, if they weren't already open, the one that you just opened up to read the poem floats out of your hands, and they kind of mix and match and mingle in the air in front of you as the diamond places itself in one orb and the ruby in the other, and each starts glowing their respective colors, one black and one red. And the room around you begins to swirl as if you're in the midst of an interstellar portal. Green and purple and gold and light and darkness all swirling around you, and suddenly you are back inside of Tiamat. The disgusting, decaying muscle of the interior of this dead deity, beginning to stink. You've been here probably for days at this point, standing in a stupor. And in front of you, you see an old man wearing really small comical glasses. And he winks at you and says, "You better hurry before it's too late." And then he snaps his fingers and vanishes, leaving a trail of light leading deeper into the beast, whose entrance you stand inside.
Thanks for listening to The Mundane and the Arcane. We want to thank Carl for our cover art. You can find him and his work on Twitter at Natural20Shirts. That's Natural20Shirts.
We would also like to thank Alex with astronomicaudio.ca for editing our show.
And last but not least, we want to thank Big Papa, a.k.a. my buddy Nez, a.k.a. at Blue Eyes on Twitter for bringing Stacy's intro music to life.
Find us on social media by searching TMaTAcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Be a part of the show by emailing us at TMaTAcast, that's TMATAcast @gmail.com, to make submissions for items, NPCs, shops, or anything else you would find in any D&D campaign.
See you, TMaTA.
Clap my butt cheeks.